Hey there, toy collector friends and Doctor Who fans alike, and indeed Mr. Men fans alike, in a very peculiar mashup that nobody saw coming, or perhaps even felt they needed. I'm back today. I'm the Triple TC, that's the time travelling toy collector, with something that's a bit timey-wimey and a bit collaborative and a bit downright confusing. And on the same wavelength as being confusing, it's also a bit disappointing, and I'll tell you why in a second. However, let me introduce you to the topic of today's video. It's a vinyl figure that is, which I don't really collect as a rule. I'm not someone who goes those sort of Funko Pop things. I see them and I run in the other direction. Not because they're hideous or anything like that, but just because I know what I'm like, and if I started collecting them, I'd have to have all of them, and there's too many and I can't even bear it. Anyway, hold that thought because it's relevant, believe it or not. So today we're looking at a crossover between, because why not, Doctor Who and the Mr. Men and vinyl figures. And a little while ago, there was a box set of Doctor Who X Mr. Men storybooks, little storybooks in the style of, and the animation style of, the illustration style rather, of the Mr. Men. But it was the Doctors, and I think they had the first 13 Doctors. I don't think they had they haven't done anything beyond that. Which is disappointing, because I think they added 13, so we could have had 14, 15, and on we go. But here we are with Doctor First. So it's actually a 3D representation of the first Doctor as he appeared in that storybook. And so it's sort of... So it's Doctor First. So instead of Mr. Grumpy or Mr. Tickle or Little Miss Sunshine, it's Doctor, and it's Doctor and their numerical position within, as far as we know, within the regeneration cycle. So Doctor First is this slightly stern looking interpretation of William Hartnell's first Doctor, and it's got the Roger Hargreaves signature. It feels very Mr. Men. It's got a Mr. Men version of the TARDIS, which has never been released. And it's Doctor First, and we can see all the way around the box. There it is, the TARDIS again, and there's a Mr. Men version of the Earth. It's all rather lovely. And I think this is taken from the book itself, Doctor First Figurine. There's the Doctor Who logo, and there's the first Doctor with his cane, as it appears in the series, and also with character options toys. Little Mr. Man Bird, Little Mr. Man Sun, and Doctor First, with a smile as he looks up through his monocled eye. Although he's not quite so smiley in the figurine version. He's giving us sort of classic first Doctor grumpiness. And it's just one of those things. I felt the need to bring it to your attention because it's just bonkers. It's one of those things that's just bonkers, and it's also not the only one of these. I haven't ever taken him out. I've saved that for today. I have uncut the tape that was holding it, but these things are terribly difficult to actually open up, especially when you've got people watching. So the inside packaging, as you can see here, there's a plastic skull cap which we can lift out, he says, hoping it's all super simple. There we go, that's coming out, and that's followed by the figure itself, which is nicely positioned in a little plastic base, which it can be detached from, with transparent plastic protecting base. And there he has a little stand, Doctor First. I mean, it's lovely, isn't it? This base is also detachable. There's a peg there, and there is a peg hole underneath the figure, and you can see there's the official licensing information, but we'll leave it on there for now just for ease of handling. Thank you, Doctor. So yeah, so he's got one eye open, one eye sort of slightly closed. Looks a bit like the shape of I think I want to say Mr. Lazy or Mr. Topsy Turvy. although there's another one that's used, I think uses Mr. Topsy-Turvy a bit more. He's got his hand behind his back. I mean, the detail on it is actually really quite good. The hand behind his back, he's got his little doctor shoes on. He's got the hair of the first Doctor, very nicely detailed. There's nothing to it, there's no weight to it whatsoever. And it's just, it feels a bit sort of spongy almost. There's his walking stick, and it's got the tip of the walking stick. Oh, sorry, the tip of the walking stick is coloured as well, you can see there. So it's, I just thought it was a very interesting piece. So I thought, wouldn't it be nice as an interesting piece for me really just sort of to put it in the collective consciousness. So as I said, there's the actual box. Now, the reason that it's vexing, from my point of view at the very least, is because, of course, they didn't release all 13. Now, I don't know whether the intention was to release all 13, but they only released 4. And I have got all 4, so I'll do very quick videos on the remaining 3 shortly. But I just because I think it's a bit of a quirk, a bit of an oddity. But I'm assuming the Doctor Who Mr. Men books sold really well. I mean, again, they were what they were, you know. What I quite like the fact that you can pivot this on the stand, so actually it gives you display options, which is, you know, from my point of view, quite handy, because it means you don't just have to have them plonk, plonk, plonk. You can have a bit of a jaunty angle as preferred or needed, depending on what sort of space you've got. But I just think it's a really fun and really unusual thing. And I get that not everyone will share my appreciation of its charm, but I just sort of thought it was lovely. But I'm frustrated that since they brought this out, which was a couple of years ago, but at the time of recording this, then sadly they haven't made any more than the 4 that I've got, or if they have, I can't find them. And I would like to start a campaign, because it really gets under my skin. And some of you, hopefully not all of you, because I wouldn't wish this on anybody, but hopefully some of you understand my pain when I say, why release? It's a numeric series of collectibles, and you've released 4, and you've not even released 4 that are consistent. You've not gone Doctor First, Doctor Second, Doctor Third, for example. You've picked them at different points in the Doctor's timeline. People, that is frustrating. And of course I've got all 4, and all 4 look really cute. They're all still in the box. That's why I'm using this as an opportunity to air them, and to air my view that actually these little things, we need the whole set. So someone tell me in the comments below, who do I have to email profusely in order to get the whole set? Or have I missed them, and is the whole set available somewhere and I've completely missed out on it? And if so, what a pathetic loser I actually am. Don't have to tell me what a pathetic loser I actually am. I'm quite conscious of that. Anyway, have you picked these up? Did you pick up any of these vinyl Doctor Mr. Men figurines aligned to the books? Do you like the Mr. Men Doctor Who books? Do you have those? Would you have liked to see the rest of them released, or do you go, this is an abomination, thank goodness they stopped after 4? Love to hear your thoughts down below. Every opinion is welcome, as long as of course it's polite and respectful of everybody else's opinion. But love to hear them. Do drop me a like to the video, just because of the sheer quirkiness of Doctor First. And if you are so minded, I would really appreciate it if you could drop a subscription to the channel. It's completely free, and it would absolutely help me reach my next subscriber milestone. And you know what? There's no obligation to watch every single video, but there may be things that come along that you might find of some interest. I hope so, at least. Anyway, If you can, you can. If you can't, no problem at all. I'm just glad you've been here for the journey. Thank you for spending your precious minutes with me. I've been the Triple TC. That's what is it? It's the time traveling toy collector. You've been a magnificent audience, and this has been Doctor First from the Doctor Mr. Men Doctor Who figurines based on the Doctor Who Mr. Men crossover book series. And I really hope I see you again in a future or indeed a past video. And it just remains for me to say that a thing of beauty, really is a toy forever. Take care. Bye-bye for now.